Welcome to R&R, Relationships in Real Estate. I'm your host, Chris Silva, and this is my beautiful wife, Corey Silva.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us on R&R. We're super excited to have you here today. Chris and I are the owners of Silva Realty and Silva Lending, and we've been in the real estate and mortgage industry since the early 2000s. We absolutely love what we do. We're super excited you're here. We love being a resource for all of our clients, friends, and family, and this is just another way for us to stay in touch with you. So welcome to the second to last week of April. The month is almost over.
Where's this year going? It's flying by.
It's flying by. Before you know it, summer will be here.
It's right around the corner.
Oh my goodness. Well, I am just enjoying this nice cool weather before those triple digits hit.
This weather's been so funky. So this morning, it was drizzling a little bit while I was playing.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it, actually. Nice little breeze. But speaking of summer, do we have any summer plans coming up?
Well, we do have some plans for summer. A nice little kickstart will be Disneyland with the kids. They have been itching for it. They want to stay in the hotel.
Wait, they've been itching for Disneyland? Like, you've been itching for Disneyland?
They can't get enough every day. Nola asks me, when are we going back to Disneyland? And then I'll tell her, and she goes, is it going to be in the hotel? And I said, no, girl. You can't stay in the hotel every single time.
We raised the bar too high for these kids.
Oh my gosh. So that will start off our summer, and then we have a little other vacation planned, but nothing big, grand. I mean, we need a vacation. Who else needs a vacation?
I think we all need a vacation.
I think everyone needs a little break. That spring break was way too short. And let's face it, spring break, there's no break for parents. It's just the kids nagging you. What are we going to do next? Let's do something fun.
Kids want to be busy. They don't want to be plopped in front of a TV. Tina will be plopped in front of a TV, but not Nola. Nola needs to be busy, arts, crafts, Tickle Monster, Big Bad Wolf. She wants to be playing nonstop all day.
I'll take it, because one day they are not going to want to play with us anymore.
Well, it's already happening. It's already happening with Santino. He'll just disappear, and you just go right in his room. His door's closed. He has a TV just loud enough that he can hear it, but we can't hear it downstairs, so we don't know he's up there. It's already happening. We're already losing one of them.
Well, that's okay. I'll just reel him back in. Keep him as close as possible for as long
Bring
as
it
I
on
can. So what a busy week it's been. Has it been super busy for everybody else? Please leave us some comments. We love to engage with you. If you have any questions about real estate, please drop them in there, because we love answering them. So getting to us and what a busy week it's been, we celebrated Easter on Sunday, right?
Always a great time.
Oh, it was so much fun. And we'll get into that a little bit later. But did anyone have any fun Easter Sunday plans that, they had? Please leave us a comment. Let us know how your Easter went. I'm really curious to find out, for those of you who tuned in last time, how many people actually did the little chore trick in the Easter eggs. And I want to see the reactions.
I gotta find out. I know Sheena was with us last week, and she said she was gonna do it. And I think she did.
She did.
But I gotta hear about what happened. How did the kids react to it? Did they try to slide the eggs back where they found them? Like what happened with that? I want to know. Did they pass it off to one of their siblings?
Here, this is yours.
You're gonna do that one. I'm not doing that one.
You're the big winner today. Grandma did something funny like that to the kids this past time, which we'll get into. But yeah, they weren't quite chores, but the kids weren't too happy about what they found in their eggs. So.
Oh yeah, I don't even know about this. I think I was up working.
You were working during the Easter
egg hunt. Unfortunately, it happens.
Yeah, it happens. How is life going for everyone?
Oh man, I would love to hear how everybody's reacting to what's going on in the U.S. What's going on with inflation? Because today I pumped gas. Right, We hardly do that. We don't do it too often, but $111. Last time I did it was $101, so it's went up $10 from the last time I pumped.
Lucky 111, 3 numbers repeating.
See, don't you love this? This is one of the many things I love about this woman. She found a way to bring light on me paying $111 to fill up the gas tank.
I'm always looking at the bright side
of
things.
Girl.
There's always a silver lining. Yeah. I mean,
yes.
$10 more, but you got your lucky numbers. So maybe you need to go buy a lotto ticket. Someone was telling me about this crazy lotto, mega jackpot or something.
I don't want to buy a ticket, but I want to win. Can we figure that out?
You got to play to win.
You got to play to win, huh?
You're not going to be the winner unless you're playing. So in case any of you missed our big news last week, we're moving.
Silvas are moving. So I never thought you'd be able to pry us away from Stevenson Ranch. But just realistically, you know, like a lot of you out there, some areas that we really like, we can't afford to get the house that we want in that area.
Right.
Just keeping it real. We're not trying to front and act like, you know, we're millionaires. The houses that we want in Stevenson Ranch are like 1.8 or 1.9 million dollars, which is way over our budget.
Yes.
And then on top of that, you got to go in there and spend a bunch of money once you get in there. So,
And the third layer is who knows if you'll get your offer accepted.
and who knows if
So
you get your offer
challenging
accepted,
right now.
right? So it's really difficult, and we're outgrowing our house, and you know, we weren't necessarily looking right now, but you know, when an opportunity presents itself, whether it be in real estate or whether it be in life, you got to seize the moment. Just like, you know, Coco, they say in Coco, you got to
Well,
seize your moment.
I'm sorry, but I cannot quote that guy on that movie. Any of you Disney fans who know Coco, don't ever quote him again, please. I don't like that. But yes, take advantage of opportunities.
But
jump
Miguel
on-
says it. Miguel says it, so that's why.
because he's copying the guy he idolizes, and
I
he
know.
realizes the guy is like scum of the earth.
Okay, we're not going to get into Coco right now.
Okay. So bringing it all back in, we're in the process of finalizing our new home purchase in the Williams Ranch community in Castaic. And we'll get into that, but it was, you know, there's a few adventures relating to it this past week. You know, it ties into real estate, our experience. We're super excited to talk about it. And we think people can kind of gain some knowledge from the process. I mean, we're buyers right now.
We're
So-
buyers and possibly going to be sellers, right? And this is what a lot of you guys out there are experiencing. We're going through the same anxieties, excitement, you know, fear, whatever you want to think about. One second, guys. Want to say hello to Tanya. Thank you so much for
Thanks for joining us, Tanya.
Oh, thank you for calling me beautiful. Maybe it's she's talking to you.
No, you're so beautiful.
said,
You're
"Hello,
out of
beautiful."
this world beautiful with that shirt.
I don't think she's talking to me. She's talking to you. You do look beautiful.
Well,
as
thank
always.
you. Thank
As
you for
always.
that. Thanks for joining us, Tanya. Hope you're feeling better today. Tanya was in a little car accident last week, so
Fender bender.
hope she's
Luckily,
feeling good.
yeah, I'm sure she's doing great. She's doing better. Thank you again for joining us. Circling back to you know what we got going on. So Friday, we got to go to a design center, right? What were we doing there?
So at the design center, you know, a lot of people don't prepare you for this. You get to go pick out the upgrades, like what your flooring's going to be, what your countertops will look like, what your cabinets are going to be. And it sounds like it's so much fun and you're really excited, but it's long and it's a draining process. It's overwhelming. You don't know what to choose. And we were there from 9 until 2. So Monica has just
Hello,
joined
Monica.
us. Hi, Monica. Thank you, amiga. And Tanya said she's feeling
glad
okay.
she's feeling better.
So glad that you're here to join us today.
Yes. So Corey's talking about visiting a design center. So when you buy new construction, you know, there's a lot of stuff that comes standard, but there's a lot of stuff you have to choose.
Well, let me just tell you, a lot of these model homes that you'll walk into for all these new developers, they're totally decked out with all the upgrades. So when you walk in there, really what you're getting is like basic white walls, no coverings on the windows, very basic tile, very basic cabinets. Now, flooring's not even included. So you choose the flooring, but they don't even have like a standard flooring it comes with. But they won't let you buy the house and close on the house unless there is flooring there.
Of course, because a lender won't lend on a house unless there's flooring there. So there's some things, you know, the last time we bought a house that we're going to live in is a house that we do live in, and that was 15 years ago. And we went through the new construction process then.
Yeah, and at that time it was a little bit different. That particular home, they had different requirements. Everything was already standard, and the only thing we got to choose was flooring. So it was easy.
It was Lennar. We're gonna treat them like a Voldemort from Harry Potter. I'm not gonna mention their name again, give them any recognition. But back then it was like you had 3 choices of everything. Like you want upgrades in flooring, there's 3 choices. You want upgrades in carpet, there's 3 choices. Countertops, no choice. You get the countertops that we have. So
Yes.
it wasn't like today. Today there's just in this, I think it's part of our culture in the society. There's so many choices,
Well,
right?
it's not even about today. At that time, there was other builders that gave you many options. Just at that time, they were like, this is all you get to choose for that particular builder at that time.
Now it's, I mean, but now the choices are, there's so many
So
choices.
many
It's
options.
overwhelming.
So Monica said, take me next time and I'll help you choose. Do you want to go? Because we're going Friday. If you want to join us, 9:00.
Corey, she will take you there.
I need help. It's
I'll step on out.
a little overwhelming. So we have a little insider information after going through some of this process that we'd love to share with you. Make sure when you go to these design centers that you don't go there hungry.
Bring some snacks.
Bring snacks. Bring your own food. Be prepared to order it and have it delivered while you're there. We arrived and, I guess I'm just accustomed to being the agent on the buyer side, and I don't know what I was thinking, but we always have snacks for our clients. When we go
Water,
out
snacks.
To look
If we're out
for
too long,
property.
we'll stop by, buy them lunch, we'll get coffee. Like, there's a lot of things you do for your clients, right?
Yeah, we treat them
common
like
courtesy, I think.
Yeah, I mean, you're doing something to help them with this exciting process. Like, you don't want them to be stressed out, hungry, or thirsty. So yes, they did have water, but we weren't offered water when we got there. We kind of had asked for it.
I was like, can I have some
kinda
water?
Thirsty. Oh, did you just hear my stomach? My stomach was growling. Oh,
Corey
yeah, there's
was-
some snacks over there. Go
Corey
ahead
was
and grab
speaking
it.
that woman, right? Like that lady language that she was like, oh, did you hear my stomach growl? She was giving this lady a chance to offer her some food. And then she was like, she was like, oh, there's some snacks over there. But when I went over there, these aren't adult snacks. These
They're
are like
kid
kids snacks, like little cookies and stuff. Like, what do I look like? I'm 5 years old. And we're making a big purchase. You can't have some real snacks for us? Like, at least some fruit. Can I get some fresh fruit? Can I get a bagel? Can I get a donut?
You sound real bougie right now.
I'm not bougie. It's you have people in there we were there from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. Let me say that again. 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. and didn't have any real food, any real drinks. Like, I think they were just trying to get us to pick whatever they were trying to break us down is what they were doing.
They want
and
you
it was
to hurry
working.
and get out. Like, we got other things to do. We're on a time limit here.
Oh boy.
So Monica's laughing out loud. Be prepared also to be a little nervous because real estate is going to be the biggest purchase of your life. And when you're choosing some of these ideas, things that are going to be permanent in your home, like tile, flooring, carpet.
Got to be a little bit more prepared. We weren't as prepared because we're running all the time, right? And we always have this bad habit. And I think anybody that has a profession, that has a trade profession, right? Electricians, painters, whatnot, you tend to put yourself last, right? So with our home purchase, like, we're thinking about our clients that we have in escrow, our buyers that we're trying to get in escrow, our sellers that we're trying to sell their home, our borrowers that we're trying to get their loans done. And then, of course, at the very last second, we're like, maybe we should have had some ideas of what kind of flooring we want and whatnot. We were pretty good with some of the choices, but the bathrooms is where we were just like, all right, we got to leave.
I need a break.
We need a break. We need to regroup and we need to come back because we have no idea what we're going to do in these bathrooms.
I'm curious for anybody who's out there looking for a home right now, what are some of the big must-haves that you want in a home, things that stand out, or are there any trends that are like enticing to you? Because I want to hear from other people,
Sure.
like what looks good. So drop us a comment. Let us know what are your big wow factors in the homes when you're looking at them. Is it the kitchen, the bathroom? Like, what really stands out for you? So getting back to our crazy schedule, Chris had a crazy Saturday, right?
Saturday was so nuts. Just want to put this out there. Every day's been nuts like this, and we're not complaining. It's just part of life, right? So you always got to balance work and family. So Saturday morning, Corey always takes care of me, eating breakfast right off the bat, right? So made sure I go with some fuel. So I'm setting up open house signs at 9 o'clock for an open house at 10. I'm at that open house till 12:30. This is in Northridge. Then I got to shoot back, run over to Santa Clarita. I got an appointment with our first buyer at 1:30. Hurry up, show them a couple houses. Second buyer, showing them houses, right? Doing that. Then I run home. I think it's like 4 o'clock, which I'm gonna tell you this funny story a little bit later. The power of social media. 4 o'clock, I get home. I'm shoveling food down my mouth. We get a call from Toll Brothers that says, "Hey, you want to come buy a house? Your name popped up on our priority list. Mind you, we've been waiting a year, and we'll get into that story later. So now we drop what we're doing. I'm eating the food, running out the door. We go to Toll Brothers in a Five Point in Valencia behind Magic Mountain. And I'm like, all right, babe, we got to get in and out of this place. We got the kids with us because I had another showing for our third client of the day at Bridgeport at 5 o'clock. And it was like boom, 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 boom. Sometimes I don't eat. I've been doing this intermittent fasting. It's like all the rage is intermittent fasting, but I don't do it on purpose. I just happen to only have time to eat once a day.
I think Chris needs to take a second and take a breath, because right now I just felt like, ooh, I got a lot of anxiety.
I sped it up and I was talking fast so people could feel how I felt on Saturday, because that's exactly how my day went. It was like boom, 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 boom. And it was nonstop, go, 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 go.
But that's how it is in this business. Hey, it looks like
his
Sol
business.
has joined us.
Thanks for joining us, Sol.
Yes, and she has some recommendations. So she's looking for a huge kitchen island.
Yes, 100% agree with that.
Perfect for entertaining and having family over, prepping food.
Prepping food.
Yes, kitchen island's a must. And then the farmhouse sink is a must for me. Looks so pretty. You know, the farmhouse sink makes all the difference.
Love it.
But let me tell you, those dishes, they tend to pile up a lot quicker because there's not that little thing in the middle. So then you're like, oh, I'll get to it later, and
You
just
can
kind of slide it over
They
and
fan out.
yeah. But yes, I completely agree with you, Sol. Thank you so much for joining us today. And I have to get you that invite I promised you yesterday. I had no service for the client appreciation event,
awesome.
so Sol can join us. So getting back to your wild day, Chris had an open house from 10 to 12:30. And how would you say the traffic was when you were there for our listing over on Whitestone?
So just keeping it 100% real with our people, our audience, because we always do. Mm-hmm. It was actually pretty slow at first. Usually open houses, you have people waiting outside, at least one person waiting outside right before the open house starts. Crickets. Nobody was there, right? I think I got my first person in like 10:45-ish, something like that. And then luckily it started to pick up a little bit. Mm-hmm. And right before 12:30 is when I ended it this time, because I had to run over to the next appointment. I'd say between 12 and 12:30, we had like 5 or 6 families come by.
Awesome.
So, procrastinating a little bit, right? But they made it there, and it was a huge success. We had a showing the day before on Friday, and the family that saw it the night before came back to the open house, mm-hmm. and I talked to them for about half an hour, mm-hmm. learned the whole background. What's my favorite question to ask a couple?
So how did you two meet?
I love to hear it, because it just, you give people a chance to talk about themselves, and you get to really learn about them,
yes.
right? So I got to hear about this beautiful couple, how they met. They met in Indonesia, mm-hmm. working, right? They're in the movie industry on the sound side. And anyhow, fast forward, they're married. They got a 1-year-old, and they're looking for their first single family home, and they love the house. So anyhow, long story short, we opened escrow with them on Monday, I believe. Monday.
Yes. So third time's a charm for our sellers. Thank goodness. And it seems like this one is heading in all the right directions. These are some of the things as a seller that you're experiencing in this market. Gone are the days where you open escrow and you just close and it's simple. I mean, there's always going to be challenges.
There's always little bumps in the road.
Always. I'm in our industry, nothing ever surprises us, right? Every day is a new day. There's always something new that'll pop up. But you just have to remain positive. And, there's a lot of different factors happening right now with rates changing. Some people are getting priced out of the market. Maybe someone has lost a job. And those are some of the things that we've experienced with the 2 previous escrows. The first buyer lost their job while they're in escrow. And then the second buyer was an all-cash buyer. And it sounds like maybe they made multiple offers because, it's so crazy in this market. You just want to get your hands on something. And maybe the other property that they really liked came up and they ended up canceling on this one. So third time's a charm. This is a nice family, and we're hoping that everything goes nice and smooth.
I feel really great about
sellers.
it. They love the place, and that's critical. Mm-hmm. That's key to actually meet the person and know they love the place. So I'm very sure that we're going to go through with that one.
So agents who have been doing this for a long time are not skipping a beat in this market. The market continues to move, but with the rates rising, some loan officers have been experiencing their business coming to a crawl. We might even see newer agents start to drop off.
Yes, right. Everybody knows real estate is cyclical, right? It happens. So I'm going to give you guys my big what's going to happen, right? So the rates, first of all, we've never seen this before. You guys saw historic rates, the lowest rates in 50 years. We just experienced that in the last couple of years, right? But now we were expecting the rates to jump up this year. Everybody expected it. The feds came out and talked about it. The banks let every consumer know. Bank of America, I think, came out at the beginning of the year saying, hey, we're going to raise rates like 6 or 7 times this year.
Yes.
But what we expect by that is the rates go up by an eighth. They slowly go up, right? I priced somebody out yesterday that if 3 months ago, if they would have bought a house, they would have got a house in the low 3% range, right? 3.25%, 3.5%. Same exact scenario 3 months later or 4 months later, because we're in April now, 5.75%.
Insane.
The rates have gone up over 2% this year in some instances.
And we're in April.
Right? And it's not over, guys. And inflation's at an all-time high. They're going to battle it by raising the interest rates. But when is it going to slow down the market? And you know, I got some great information today that the top grader, meaning they grade land in Santa Clarita for builders, and they grade land all the way down to Riverside. They're finishing up their projects, and they have no work in sight.
Wow. What does that mean?
What does that mean?
No more new inventory coming.
That means new construction and builders are going to slow down the build because they want to make sure that they're going to get the most money for their properties, right?
You can't have all this standing inventory.
They can have so they're going to slow it down, and that's going to keep the prices high, you guys, because there's going to be no inventory.
Right.
It's
supply and demand.
You know, I had somebody today tell me we're messaging back and forth, and he was like, "Oh yeah, I'm interested in Williams Ranch." Great. So I send the stuff. That was yesterday. Today is like, well, I can't buy with the rates being high and the market being high. Like, something's got to give. I'm just going to wait till, something changes. And I'm like, you're going to be waiting 2 to 3 years at least. Another key factor that I heard today, first time I had somebody pitch this new loan, and it's Loan Depot, so it's a big lender.
Oh, I'd love to hear it. This is the first time I'm hearing of it too.
Just happened. They're pitching interest-only loans again.
Oh my gosh.
What does that mean, audience? That means, first of all, we didn't learn anything from the last crash. The banks didn't learn anything.
Everybody learned everything. There's going to be another bailout.
But that's so much farther down the line.
No,
right?
I know, but that's the thing. It's like there's no consequence.
There's no consequence, right? So here's what happens. When business slows down for banks, and when I say business, I mean new loans, refinances, whatnot, because the refinance market is dead. Nobody's going to refinance to get a lower rate because they don't exist now, right? So the only reason they would refinance is to take cash out, right? So people are going to start getting home equity lines, standalone seconds, meaning like a second lien on their house to pull cash out. And then once they run through that money, next year, the year later is when they'll combine both and refi.
Right.
That's one avenue. But with purchases, this is what's critical, because this is what really drives the market. And remember, real estate drives the market for, Home Depot stock, I think, is like at $300. Why? Because price of goods, everything, right? So it drives so much jobs, all that. The economy is really driven by real estate. So what's going to happen now is we're going to start seeing these loan programs come back. So this is the first one that's like popping its head out, and it's interest-only loans. So what that does to your payment, even though the rates are high, let's say they're at 5.75, you still might be making that same payment you would have been making at 4%, which you're like, yeah, great.
Why not?
Because you're only paying interest on your loan. Okay, so let me explain that. We got a perfect example right here. Because we were young kids when we bought our house that we live in, and we thought we were smarter than everybody else out there, and we got a 10-year interest-only loan on our house. We can afford the house, which we shouldn't have bought anyway. But what happens is 10 years later, guess what? We didn't pay 1 penny towards our principal balance.
Yep, and it just stayed.
So,
And it looks like Soul, she has experience with it too. She said, it cost me a home. I learned. Yes. See, a lot of people did learn, but you have to also think there's new buyers that are entering the market. They have never seen this, a new generation that never experienced what we went through, and they might end up, learning the hard way too.
I'm hoping that their parents talk to them.
Yes.
If their parents experienced it, they weren't shy about it. They weren't embarrassed by it. You got to teach your kids.
For sure.
You got to teach your kids so they don't make the same mistakes that we made. We tell our kids all the time, like everything. We're so, especially with finances. Mm-hmm. Kids got to understand that stuff at a young age so they grow up making good decisions.
Good decision making, for sure. So speaking of the market, we'd also like to announce that one of our agents, Rena Mugadam, has a brand new listing live on the market. And if you're looking for a property in Rosamond, be sure to give her a call. Chris has some details on that. And it looks like Danette joined us. Hi, Danette.
Hi, Danette. How are you?
Thank you so much for being here with us today.
I gotta just deliver that differently than you just did. So if you're out there looking for a house and you're looking for a 4-bedroom, 3-bathroom, 2,160 square feet, built 10 years ago, where can you find that under $500,000? You can get it for $460, but you got to go up to Rosamond.
That's okay. That's an amazing house. It's beautiful.
Where else can you get that size of house and still be in LA County?
For sure. So reach out to us if you'd like more details, and we'll definitely get you in contact with Rena. So buyers, new construction hot topics. What do we have? There's 5 new home construction, not 5, I'm sorry.
3.
5 Point, Skyline, and Williams Ranch. Of the 3, Williams Ranch has become our hero, I think.
Yeah, so just a rundown for anybody that's thinking about buying new construction. There's more popping up, but these are the big communities that are currently selling, right?
Yeah, that are available at the moment.
So Skyline is going to put you off of Plum Canyon and Saugus. Right now, the only builder there is Tri Point that's selling homes. They start off in the low millions, and they go up all the way up to 1.7. They only got about 45 homes left for that whole community. They have another build there as well, but that is for 55 and over. So if you're looking for that, let us know. We have all the insight on that. We know the sales agents there. Second one, 5 Point behind Magic Mountain. Mm-hmm. There's a ton of builders there.
Yes.
They got Richmond America, Baltimore. They got who else? They got Toll Brothers. There's a bunch of builders in there, and there's
KB.
Yeah, the products though are different. So that you guys have to drive through that neighborhood and just check it out for yourselves. But it's more modern, right? There's not really any yards. They have side yards, and some of the single family products are coming out that actually have a backyard. Mm-hmm. The lot sizes are going to be like 4,500 square feet, and their largest lot size is like 10,000. Mm-hmm. But for a 10,000 square foot lot, you're going to Toll Brothers and you're spending $1.8 million.
Right.
With a small little driveway.
Well, maybe it's geared toward people who want to have less maintenance in their backyard.
Possibly. But anyhow, what that tells me is you're going to have the young business people living in that community because there's not really a big area for kids, right? Mm-hmm. Usually kids need backyards. That's what parents want for them, right? Mm-hmm. So if you're looking for that, the reason we're so attracted to this Williams Ranch, let me just tell you about it real quick, right? So
Preach.
So there's 500 homes. Average lot size is 7,500 square feet. Oh, I'm sorry, 10,000 square feet. Smallest lot size is 7,500 square feet. You're going to get a yard. Mm-hmm. Hard to find nowadays, right? Most of the houses are behind the gates, so you got a gated community. HOA final build out's probably going to be about $250. Big one here, guys, the tax rate. The Melrose, we all know that spooky term Melrose, going to be about 1.5%. You go to these other communities, 1.819.
Can we talk a little bit about Melrose?
Maybe
some people don't know what Melrose is. So Melrose is an additional tax on your property tax that the builder actually takes out a bond to help build the infrastructure of the community. So the streets, the lights, the schools, there's all these special bonds that the builder has to pay when they're building the homes, right? Well, what do they do with it? They just pass it on to the new homeowner. Right. So that's what Melrose is. Usually the bond is usually 30 to 40 years long, so it's not going to go away while you're living there. And basically it adjusts your tax rate. So generally speaking, the tax rate's about 1.25%.
Property tax rate.
Yes, property tax rate. So with the Melrose, it could boost it up. Some communities are up to like 1.9%. I've seen some like Strawberry Hill, it was like over 2%
Over
over in
2%.
Plum Canyon. But here with Williams Ranch, the tax rate's about 1.4.
They told us 143. I
Oh
say
yeah, 143. That's how we remember it.
we remember
love you.
I love you. Remember the pages on the pager, the 143 meant I love you. So anyhow, I just rounded up to 1.5 because anybody that deals with us in business, they know I like to give worst case scenario.
Yes.
Right? Because I don't ever want to overpromise. I want to give you guys the real, right? So I talked to a bunch of sales rep. They all wish they were selling for Williams Ranch. And here's why I think everybody needs to come over there and be our neighbor. I'm just going to say just a couple of things that they're so unique there that you can't find anywhere else. 3-car garages, 4-car garages, RV garages, RV parking. One aspect. Next one, for anybody that has parents that are going to be living with them, right, or going to be taking care of parents, they got next gen options, and they have the mother-in-law suite, so they'd have their own entrance with their own kitchenette, their own bathroom, their own living room. Amazing, right? That's really hard to find. If you want to find that now, you're going to River Village, which was built like 6-7 years ago, and you're paying $1.5 million for those homes,
Right?
At least, right? 1.3 starting price for the smaller ones. So they have that option. Okay, so what about the kids now that are never going to be able to afford to buy a house? That's what they think, right?
Right.
Your adult kids, the kids that are 20 years old that want some independence, and you want them to be home, but you want some independence too.
Right.
Now they have the ADU. What's an ADU, babe?
It's the accessory dwelling unit. So that one is for Williams Ranch. They're actually built above the garage.
Right.
So it's nice. They have their own separate entrance. And when they go up there, they have a full kitchen, living space, and their own bedroom.
And that's why I say it's really geared towards young adults. But also, let's look outside the box too. What about people that are like, man, it's just so expensive to get into a place? Well, guess what? You can buy this house with an ADU. It's not connected to your home. It's over your garage, separate entrance, never have to see that person. Have you seen the rents today? You could charge somebody for an ADU. You could charge them $2,500 a
Yeah,
month.
for sure.
I was looking, we'll talk about that later, but I was just curious. I was looking at rentals, right? Short-term rentals. A 1-bedroom in most of Valencia right now is $2,500. A 1-bedroom.
Goodness.
A 2-bedroom's $3,200. So you could rent this beautiful apartment style, right?
Yes.
And if you're on the second floor, you probably have a little bit of a view. Easily rent it for $2,500, help you with your mortgage payment. So these are some of the great, and most of the properties at Williams Ranch also have views. There's no other product like that, you guys. And they're going to build, they've already built, said we're building 10,000 homes in the next 10 years for 5 Point in that whole community. All that stuff's going to be built out. I was yelling at my friends, everybody that would listen, and anybody that knows, they come back and say, I should have listened to you 10 years ago. Come out to Santa Clarita. It's special out here. The schools are great. I was saying this 2010, 2011, right? Some people listen, some people, they need to come on their own time. Now I'm yelling and screaming at you guys right now. Castake, what they're building at Williams Ranch is special. The ceiling there for appreciation, I think is higher than anywhere else because of what they have to offer. Everything you need, you could find in that community, right?
One of the big selling points too is they have a lot of one-story options. So they have 15 different models.
Thank you for pointing that out.
There's single-story, which that's really, really challenging to find anywhere, really. So for families who their children are moving away and they want to downsize and have a single story, perfect for them. They don't have to deal with the stairs anymore because our knees start going out as we get older.
Right. So we have a buyer. Really great friend of ours.
Oh, we're
super
so
excited.
excited for them. We have new neighbors over there and they're our friends and they're so excited. I mean, we've just been going back and forth since the day they submitted their paperwork and we've been waiting for the call and it's here. They're signing their purchase contract today.
Just super, super excited for them. Here's what he told me yesterday, right? So I'm talking to him on the phone and he said, hey, I just want to thank you so much because if I just put my name on the list, I wouldn't have got this house. So I want to explain that because when you go put your name on a list and you go directly to the builder on your own, they're going to ask you, what are you looking for, right? Single story, this, that, whatever. if they don't have exactly what you're looking for, they're not really calling you back.
They're just going over your name.
Right. So for our friend, I knew it was important to get in sooner than later. So I kept calling, and I got him to jump the line of a lot of people to get in right now instead of waiting possibly 3 more phases for what he was originally
So
looking
bottom line is very important. Call us. Let us be your agents and represent you when you're going to new construction.
Yes.
So what, in your opinion, are buyers getting priced out of this market? What do you think? Because we just had a meeting with a potential buyer after running their numbers. And on a teacher's income, single income, they can't even afford to buy in Santa Clarita right now.
That's really sad because we're talking about, our educators, right, that are doing something for society, a very important profession, correct? And anyhow, yeah, single income, I was looking and, it's like realistically, I need to keep it around $2,000 a month, right? And I got about $10,000 to get in, right? So I checked it out, possibly can get her a $260,000 condo, but unfortunately there's like a $300 HOA that was going to put her at like $2,300. So yes, buyers are getting priced out of this market. And some of them are going to have no choice but to have to wait, right? Unless you move out of area. But I'm big on you got to live somewhere where you want to live, right? Like
Yes.
in the vicinity, right? Stevenson Ranch was our first choice, but we got priced out of Stevenson Ranch. So we found Cat Steak, right? People need to start making these concessions, like buyers out there. And I think who's really priced out, I don't think they're necessarily priced out. I think the buyers that have been looking for a while, they can't wrap their head around this payment. I was looking at the same house that I was looking at 6 months ago. The prices went up $50,000. And on top of that, the interest rate went up 2%. So now you want me to pay $1,200 to $1,500 more for a house I could have bought 6 months ago?
Yeah.
The answer is yes.
Because if you
want a
keep
house,
waiting, then it's going to continue to go up with the rates increasing.
it's going to continue to go up. The prices aren't coming down. I don't see them coming down this year just because of inventory. Yes, the rates are going up, but what's happening is look at it from a point of view of a new buyer, right? A brand new buyer coming in the market. They don't know the difference of what was happening 6 months ago.
Right.
So they don't have that same animosity or like the chip on their shoulder of I should have bought a house 6 months ago. They're coming in brand new, super excited, and they're passing up the people that have been looking for a while
Right.
because they're ready to go right now. They're ready, they're just so excited to get into a house, and we have enough buyers like that the market's not slowing down even with these rates. Now, unless we jump into like 7 or 8s, I think it's going to continue to go up this summer. I don't think it's going to skyrocket. The prices aren't skyrocketing, but buyer demand is still at an all-time high.
For sure, for sure. Oh, some of the other things that we're seeing too is some of our buyers are considering adding additional income. So not only is it just going to be them buying, maybe the brother and the father or mother being added onto the loan just to get them to qualify to get into a house right now. I mean, those are some of the options that people are considering, and that's the reality of what's happening now. So
It's necessary. I want to touch on that because you touched on something that I think might really start to catch on, right? And it should. Okay, so for families out there that can't afford on one income, we have somebody right now that they're looking to buy with their dad and their sister, and they're going to buy a property together, right? You might need to do that. Why? What's the alternative? Renting? Paying somebody else's mortgage off? And you know how hard it is to save money? With real estate, you got to get in when you can get in. This is from people a lot smarter than me that have a lot more money than me, right? I consult people before we make big decisions that are a lot more successful than I am. And they all say the same thing. Real estate's always a great investment. You're never going to lose money in real estate as long as you can afford that monthly payment. Don't get in over your head,
yes,
but
don't be reckless.
don't be
in your
reckless, but
investments.
it's always a great investment. So if you don't sell real estate when it's down, you're not going to lose money. You just have to be patient and wait for it to
Wait
come
it
up.
to come back up.
So anyhow, if you guys can buy out there, you should be buying.
So speaking of real estate and buying, how did the Elite meeting go today? So for those of you who have just joined us, and for those of you who are veteran attendees. Chris goes to an elite meeting every week, and it's a networking event where top agents get together and talk about their listings that are coming up on the market, what they're experiencing, and sharing knowledge with each other. So how did it go today?
It went well. Great turnout. We have about 40, 45 top agents every single week, which is amazing. That's what makes the group so special. A lot of listings are coming out, but still, we're still seeing multiple offers on houses. So with the rates at over 5%, nobody's batting an eye. They're still making. Now we're not having 10 offers on homes. We're having like 3 or 4. But for our agents, we had agents that sell a lot of property in Antelope Valley. Anything under 600,000 still has 10 offers on a house.
Wow.
Because more people can afford that price point, right?
For sure.
So that's really what we're seeing out there. We're seeing, the market's still moving, and it's still moving super fast.
So skipping over a little bit, switching things up a little, we're going to kind of go back to our Easter Sunday. Is that okay with you?
Yeah, because we have more people here, and I would love to hear about their Easter Sunday as well. But how did it start off?
How was your Easter, everybody? Can you drop us a comment, because we'd love to hear about it. We started our Easter celebration early in the morning. Well, it wasn't early in the morning, but 10 o'clock we started cooking. We had a brunch. My brother and my sister-in-law came over with the girls early, and we started cooking. And guess what? There was like 2 fires in our house.
I smelled it upstairs. I was upstairs working. I smelled smoke. So I came downstairs. I was like, I wonder what's going on down there. And then your brother was like, oh, I accidentally, a paper towel hit a candle and it burned.
And so we had a fire going. And then, when you're getting excited about preparing food and making sure that everyone is eating on time, you kind of lose your mind. So my sister-in-law is like, I got to get the oven preheated to throw stuff in there. So I preheated the oven, and guess what? I forgot I was using that oven as a storage space, and there was Tupperware in there.
So Monica says Easter was so much fun and relaxing. I'm glad it was relaxing, because that's great. And I'm glad it was fun. So how is this just Spanish families that do this? Because I know that's how we get down. Like, hey, don't have room for Tupperware? Put it in the oven. Just throw it in the oven. We're gonna hide it in there because we don't have space to put it anywhere else.
Oh my goodness!
So it's the first time it literally backfired on us, right?
Yes, and thank goodness we caught it before there was an actual fire in the oven. But there was melted Tupperware lids all over the place, and luckily everyone sprung into action and cleaned up. The house smelled like smoke and burnt plastic. But we didn't let it ruin our day. We didn't skip a beat. We had a great brunch and did an Easter egg hunt. We had arts and crafts for the kids. And it was so much fun. And it looks like Danette said her Easter was nice. We had brunch at Sagebrush Cantina. Ooh, nice. It wasn't the same without,
I'm sure, Daisy
home. Yeah. Oh, I know, your girl. Her Hopefully baby, she gets to come visit soon.
Her adult baby.
Yes.
By the way, you all looked very nice. I saw the picture. You look great. So
I'm guilty. I haven't been on social media. I've been so busy. Photo. I need to go take a look at their photos. Oh, I miss seeing all that stuff. I need to carve out some time when the kids aren't there to see me. They get a little jealous if I'm on my phone, so I always want to make sure I have time for them. And then Monica said, yes, the oven is for storage.
See, we're not the only ones. We are not the only ones.
I always check the oven before I put something in there. I guess I just lost my mind that day.
It looked like a failed experiment, a failed science experiment. Let me just tell you, the lid was white, and it was just like melted, and it was coming down. It was dripping all over the place, and it was super hot, obviously, and you're trying to get it off before it melts. It was a big mess.
They're like burning their arms trying to clean it off. But then it was great. So we had such a great Easter, and our Easter brunch turned into dinner as well. Part of our family stayed, ended up going to the grocery store, picked up some food, and then we grilled and we had dinner too. So it was such a great day with family.
So Danette says Daisy's going to be home for Mother's Day weekend.
Yay.
And she said we better be ready to come over for the barbecue.
Oh, yes, please. Let us know when we can come. That would be wonderful.
You better be ready for our crazy kids.
They're not crazy. They have so much fun. And let us know what we could bring, because I love to cook. So did anyone add chores to their Easter eggs? I'm curious. My mom, she ended up putting rocks in some of the Easter eggs.
Why?
For kids.
Why would she put rocks in there?
I don't know. The kids are little still. They thought it was funny. They said, "Who put rocks in our eggs?" And oh, it was Grandma. Usually we'll put coins and stuff, but I think because there was just so much going on and the Easter egg hunt was like the last thing on our mind. They got candy. That was
I thought
it.
you were going to say, because of inflation, we had to take the money out and put some rocks in there.
Well, I saw Monica and the girls yesterday, and my goodness, I think Zoe said she got $47 or something. I was like, girl, how much do you spend on your Easter egg hunt?
Monica, you better tell your kids not to talk to our kids about their Easter egg hunt.
That's what I was saying. I'm like,
Zoe, they're not getting
Zoe,
no $47.
just tell them 47 cents, okay?
So Danette says she's ready for the kids.
Okay, I can't wait. It's going to be so much fun. That'll be a good time.
You're gonna love their place too. It's really nice.
And Mother's Day's coming up next month.
I know. Gotta make it happen.
So something funny happened the other night. So I don't know if you guys, we really don't like it when our kids curse, but they hear stuff mostly from Grandma. Sorry, Mom, I don't mean to throw you under the bus.
They were under the bus, ran her over, backed up, ran her over again.
But when my mom's driving, like, she doesn't have a filter sometimes. People get on her nerves and she'll say things like,
She's got road rage. That's what it's called, road rage.
yeah, kind of. But she's a great driver. She taught me everything I know about driving.
There you go.
And my dad too.
She's trying to bring it back.
Oh my
She's
goodness.
trying to bring it back.
But every time, family members slip around the kids, and it happens. They hear these words. So the other night,
Tino was on his iPad, and he said, we thought he might have said shit, right?
he's like, "Oh shit."
He's like, oh, shh. So I was like, well, Corey was the first one to jump on him was, what did you say? And he was like, I said shoot. Are you sure you said shoot? Right? So then, of course, me being the dad, I'm like, did you cuss? And he's like, no. I'm like, do you want to? I'm like, and then I could see Nola, her eyes get so big,
That girl
right?
loves to say the bad words.
Nola loves to say some bad words, let me tell you. She doesn't say them often, so.
She just loves to say it when we give her the opportunity.
Every now and then, you got to blow off, these kids need to blow off some steam, right? They got to get those curse words out of their system. So I'm like, I'm going to give you guys a chance to say all the curse words you want right now, just around mommy and daddy, but you can't repeat them later. But I want you to get them out of your system. Any curse words that you guys could think of. So Santino is our rule follower, our good boy. He is not going to get baited into this at all.
He was like, this is a
He's
trick.
like, this is a trick. I am not breaking the rules. So he didn't say anything. And then Nola, she looks around. She's like, shit, right? So she starts coming off with them. And then, it's funny. So we laughed. I should have recorded. I wish I would have. But I don't think we would have had their same reaction.
No, they wouldn't have had a
They would have
reaction.
shut down. So then she goes, moron, damn it, moron.
And I'm like, oh my gosh, you sound just like Grandma when she drives.
She learned all these words from Grandma. So and then Santino goes, what was the word that he
He's
said?
like, buddy.
Yeah, he
thinks buddy's a bad word.
Buddy's a bad word. So he's like, buddy. I'm like, buddy's not a bad word, baby. You're okay there. It's not a bad word.
But I think in his mind, he goes to like when Grandma's mad and yelling at drivers.
Because it's the tone of the way you say something.
Yeah.
Right? So Santino's best bad word he could come up with was buddy. And then his next one was the F word. But he came out with fruckin'. He said, buddy, fruckin'. And I'm like, oh, man, this kid, I'm so happy he's such a good boy because he doesn't know what's going on.
Oh, my gosh.
Unless he's
that's
just
so
playing
cute.
us. But I don't think so. I don't think he was.
Yeah, I think he said frickin' idiot. And I'm like, where did you hear that from?
Frickin' idiot, that's
His
right.
cousin. And then he goes, I go, your cousin? Well, it took us a while to
It took
pry
us
it
a
out
long while because he's not giving her up.
He's not a snitch, but he's like, oh, we heard it from our cousin because the neighbor's mom was yelling at some kids.
He saved it.
Yeah.
He saved it. She heard it from the neighbor. She just repeated. She was telling him a story, and that's how he figured it out.
Oh my goodness.
So Monica, do you ever let Zoe and Valerie just get all the curse words out of their system?
Does anybody
Do that? Are we just crazy? We find that our kids usually don't curse in public.
I think if you just let them do it, it's kind of like if you deprive a kid of eating certain things and they're going to go hide and sneak and try to eat all this candy. Like, well, just say it every now and then. Get it out of your system so you don't say it at the wrong time.
Which another funny thing that happened on Easter, which I thought was hilarious, is our family was over, our nieces were over, and our nephew was over as well, and our niece Audrey, she's 5 years old, right? And they're big. Parents are big on making your kids eat the vegetables and all that stuff, right? So what happened? Because you're the one who saw it. I didn't actually see it happen.
Okay, I guess I'll tell the story. So I saw her outside, kind of creeping over. Hey, Josh is here. Hey,
What?
Josh. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for joining us.
So Audrey's like creeping over by the shed, and I was just about to tell her, Audrey, be careful over there because I don't want you to get hurt. It's just kind of leaning on something, and she might have it fall on her. So I saw her kind of throw something behind there, but she looked around, she's like making sure no one's watching her.
5 years old, guys.
Oh, what did she throw over there? So she came inside, tell her parents, Mommy, Daddy, I didn't really like those beans. They're like, it's okay. Did you eat your chicken and your bell peppers? And she's like, mm-hmm. And okay, then you can go ahead and finish up. So she brings in her plate of beans and throws it away. And I creep outside and I go and look behind the shed. That girl threw all her chicken and her bell peppers behind the shed.
She didn't eat anything, right? She threw away all her chicken, all her bell peppers. She probably got full off that watermelon.
She came in and ate more watermelon.
That girl loves some watermelon.
I told them, I'm like, I don't mean to be a tattletale, but this is what she did. And they're like, oh, yep, sounds like her. So her mom was like, Audrey, go pick up your chicken and your bell peppers. She goes, oh, you saw me outside? Yep, I saw you.
No, she goes, you checked? She's like, yeah, I checked. She's like, sorry, Mom. And she just went right outside. That girl is hilarious.
Oh my gosh. It's so funny how these kids come up with these ideas.
They try to get fast ones pull over fast ones on us all the time.
They're way too smart. So Monica said, I have not, but I will now, and I'll record them. Oh my gosh. I got to see these recordings.
We find that, it helps. Like we have our playroom in our house. Is a designated scream area. The kids want to go scream and just let out, because sometimes they have that built up energy, right?
Yes.
And they're just a ball of energy and they're bouncing off the walls. We're like, go run outside. And if you need to get some screams out, go in the playroom, just get your screams out. And they do, and it helps.
Here. Yeah, it does help.
It does help.
So for all of you who have gotten our invitation, or if you haven't received it yet, we need your RSVPs in because Friday is the last day to RSVP for our client appreciation event, which is going to be held at Brewery Jaconum on April 29th. It's a Friday at 6 o'clock. And we love to see all of your beautiful faces there with us. Have a good time. We're going to have free food, drinks, entertainment with a DJ, a photo booth, and lots of games too. And we just decided we're adding a raffle, so you have a chance to win some items there. Why do you look so sad when I say that? You're like,
oh, because I got to pay for this mortgage coming up. No, I'm just kidding.
Stop.
No, just it's funny because I'm fine with the raffle as long as I don't have to pick the items, right? Because I'm like, oh, what am I gonna
What
get?
do we choose?
What do we choose?
What is a popular item? Hey, why don't we just ask on our show? What are some items that people would like to receive in a raffle?
Right.
Like for your home. Like I know a lot of people have rings now. We used to give away the ring, but are there any other items that stand out? Like a nest
or a camera that, a sensor camera, like that, somebody's walking through your backyard and the light pops on and then you have a ring camera there as well.
Yeah, so drop some items in the comment section because I don't want to just go buy all these random things that people won't use. So something that would be useful for your home that we could raffle off, and we'll have like other things like from Brewery Jaconum.
Have a couple things. Don't get too crazy. So
Jeez,
I'm just kidding.
Scrooge.
So, but I want to just let you guys know how this works. So anybody that's coming, our clients that have already been invited, you have, a neighbor or a friend or a family member that's thinking about, buying, selling, doing a loan, or you just enjoy their company and you want to bring them, it's fine. We would love to have them over and enjoy the celebration. We just need the RSVP by Friday so we could be ready with, food and drinks and make sure we have the right amount of stuff. So we would love to meet some new people too. So bring those people. Mm-hmm. It's fun. It's a great time. Anybody that's been there knows that we all have such a great time there. We're hoping to see you all there. And if you haven't got an invite, please reach out to us. If you'd like to come and haven't got an invite, please reach out to us and we'll make sure we can get you there.
Yes. And then looking ahead tonight, we're going to a grand opening for some of our dearest friends and photographers, Monica and Shell. They're the ones who you'll see at the event and all of our previous events. They do their photo booth at Oh Snaptastic. They are having a grand opening and they finally have their first studio. So we're super excited for them. We'll be attending their grand opening tonight. And Chris gets to go.
Well, I just want to touch on them real quick because they don't just have a photo booth.
Oh no, they
have a whole marketing media platform, right?
Yes,
They're
they
called
do.
Girl Squad.
Yes,
right?
And they uplift other women. And so anyone who's looking to boost their business and help with branding, they are amazing, Monica and Shell.
They worked the Super Bowl, you guys. Like their company worked the Super Bowl this past, in LA. So if anybody wants that plug and wants to get hooked up with them, let us know. We'll definitely turn you on to them. Great women. We love them, and we're their clients.
Yes, for sure. And then also you're going to be signing a contract today, right? Williams Ranch?
Yeah, so excited. So I think it's going to be, I'm just excited about having friends in our neighborhood that I know we're going to be hanging out. We already play golf once a week. Like it's going to be such a good time. I'm so excited for our kids to be playing together, and I'm excited for the opportunity of bringing more friends and family into the community. Like we're going to buy that whole place.
Anybody who wants to move there, please reach out to us.
Anybody who wants, please be our neighbor.
Fun neighbors.
Please be our neighbor.
Why don't you be our neighbor? And then tomorrow, Krista gets to attend another networking event with one of our friends who's also a broker as well, share some ideas to help our clients. So
I'm meeting with my buddy. I've known him for over 20 years. We used to work at Countrywide together, and he has a really, it's actually, people think we're all competitors, right? Different brokers in real estate, whatnot. He's a broker owner as well. Some of our really good friends are broker owners at different companies. Anyhow, he is a veteran, and his business is run way different than most businesses, and it works for him. And he has a great big community, and we have, what works for us, and we get together, exchange some ideas, and see how we could better serve our community.
For sure.
Pretty excited about meeting with him tomorrow.
Very exciting. And then this Friday, like I mentioned earlier, Monica, we're finalizing our options for our bathrooms. We have to pick flooring, bathroom tile, and then countertops. So like I said, anybody have some cool ideas, please send them to me because I'm kind of lost right now. It's fun though.
It'll be fine.
It'll be lots of fun.
That's some third world problems. First world problems, I mean.
I don't even know what you're talking about. I'm just saying, like, if people want to help out, we get to finalize that.
No, I'm just saying it's not that big. It's not a big problem. But
it's not a problem.
I'm looking forward to any feedback because we need help.
Well, yeah, that's what I just said. So, and then Friday we have Nola's family dance at her school. So this is the first time we actually get to go to an event for Nola and her school that's like after school hours, and they're having a dance that the whole family's invited to. Usually some of the schools, they'll do like a father-daughter dance or like a mother-son dance.
Right.
But this is the whole family. So it's going to be fun. They're going to have a DJ. We're going to see Nola bust a move on the dance floor. That girl, she's so funny. She loves music.
All these kids want to shake their butt now.
I know.
I think it's just a thing now because kids of all ages, doesn't matter if they're girls or boys, they all like to twerk.
Not twerk, but they're like let me shake my
shake
booty.
Their butt, yeah.
I'm like, okay, go dance.
I think maybe it's something that they're watching. I don't know, but they all do it.
Well, all the kids shows they do that. There you go. You make a butt joke and everyone laughs. So I think that's probably why.
They're at that butt age, 5 and 7. They love the butt jokes.
And Monica said, I will have to send you my Pinterest bathroom ideas. Okay, so this is a thing because I was just talking to our friend and he goes, how do you not have a Pinterest page on this already? So yes, thank you for sharing that with me. I can't wait to see. But yeah, the dance is going to be fun. And we recently started watching American Idol. I just have to bring this up. And Nola is fascinated with each one of the judges' reactions all the time. And so yesterday we went through a catalog of Katy Perry music, Lionel Richie music, and Luke Bryan music.
She was telling me about it last night.
And she loves all the music. And she's dancing to it in the house. She's like, can you just play that Katy Perry song again? She's just obsessed. More Lionel Richie, please.
That's so funny.
I'm just so happy that she likes Lionel.
She likes country as well. She likes it
You
all.
like country? Yeah, grandma plays country all the time. Okay.
She digs it. It's so cute to she's really into the show. And before it was just me and Nola because you weren't home that day.
Mm-hmm.
And I was watching Shark Tank while we were folding laundry. And then American Idol just popped up because it's like the show they recommend because I watch Shark Tank, right? And then I was, going in and out doing loads of laundry. And Nola was into it. And if anybody knows Nola, she doesn't like TV.
She really doesn't. She wants to be doing artwork or running around playing games.
She won't sit down for more than 5 minutes. So she got really into the show. So now we're really into the show. And because we're really into the show, so is Santino now. So it's a family thing, which is really cool.
That's our family show.
We all cuddle. Mm-hmm. And it's like an hour long. It's a long show.
No, it's longer than an hour.
It feels like
I think it's a 2-hour show. We don't watch it straight through. We break it up. It
takes like 4 nights to get through the episodes.
So does anybody else watch it? And are their kids really into the judges? I mean, even the contestants. Nola and Santino start belting things out. And I'm like, whoa, you could carry a tune. That's pretty awesome. And the dance moves.
Tito's the best lip syncer. Let me tell you. He does all the lip syncing and man, he give Milli Vanilli a run for their money. Let me tell you.
Oh my gosh, yeah, those crooks.
He's funny. He gets down into it, and then Nola just started like singing. I mean, she's just trying to belt out some notes. She's just starting. If she gets serious about it, we'll see. Get her a manager.
No, how about not?
I'm just kidding.
So, do you guys have any fun plans coming up this week? We'd love to hear about them. Be sure to tune in next week as we say goodbye to April. Already? And
it's
welcome
gonna
in
be May.
It's gonna be May. May.
I can't wait to see all those the Justin Timberlake.
They are already starting the Justin
already?
Timberlake memes about May.
It's gonna be May. I think you're right. The churning red. There's gonna be some May memes coming pretty soon.
Yes,
so you should jump on that.
Listen, I'm just trying to live every day. Let's just be real. Who else has a challenge with getting on social media and following up all the time?
It's tough. It's not
really
easy.
challenging. I'm just trying to make it through my regular daily routine. Like if I pop on that social media, I'm going down a rabbit hole.
Yeah, now they got the reels on Facebook because I'm old, so I'm more on Facebook, and that's just where more of our community interacts with us. But now I'm like, oh, this is what reels are because they're on Facebook.
We've been telling you what reels are for who knows how long. I even gave you a tutorial on it. I don't even like. I
tried to figure out how to post one the other day, and I was like, I don't know. I don't think I did it right.
It's a lot. It's a lot. So, anyways, but we all get to stay in contact with each other on it. There's a lot of benefits to it. It's just trying to juggle it all and make time for it is challenging. So, anyways, thank you everybody for joining us today. That's going to be our show. We really love hanging out with you here on R&R Relationships and Real Estate. Be sure to catch us here weekly on Facebook Live every Wednesday at noon. We're your hosts, Corey Silva and
Chris Silva.
And we'll catch you next week. Bye.
Bye.